Her mission is to enjoy her life with her blonde family, one shade of lipstick at a time. And joining me today is Blakeley Vinicky from the blog This Blonde Life. Yay. Welcome, Blakeley.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you here because you are what I call one of the real bloggers.
Real blogger, I like that.
A real blogger, yes. And you've been doing it for
10 years.
10 years.
Yes, this is my 10th year.
So what was your original inspiration to start exposing your thoughts to the world?
Actually, it came from my senior year in college. It was our final exam was to create a blog and share a couple blog posts. And so I realized then how much I really enjoyed writing and creating content. And it just kind of came naturally. I've always been one to kind of organize and plan and share things that I love with people who want to know or don't want to know. I've always just kind of been that person. So it kind of came natural to create the content and put it out there. It started with family and friends, and then it just kind of grew from there.
And I mean, was writing always a passion for you?
Writing, yes, I've always loved to read and write. So, and I've loved photography, so taking pictures and editing and then creating content around that. It's always been something I've enjoyed doing.
Was that something you did at college?
I went to school for public relations and communication. So
there
it kind of,
so it all works.
Yes.
And you get your family sort of fairly heavily involved in this blog, don't you?
I do. It started before I had a family, before I was married, before I had a child, and it kind of just adapted into something of sharing more of my lifestyle content. And my family is a part of my life. They're everywhere. We do a lot together. I have fun. My husband's my best friend. My daughter, who's now 2.5 years old, she was so much fun. She introduced me a whole different side of things, and there were products and brands and so many things about raising a child that I never knew. It came natural to share that with people, because if I was in the dark about it, I knew other people were too. So it was helpful to me to share that with people.
Do you feel exposed at all?
I don't. I guess you can sometimes, being kind of a not necessarily a public figure, but putting myself out there to the public people. You kind of have to be on at all times, especially with social media and stuff. But it is important to know when to kind of turn off, and we do maybe overshare from time to time, but I think that also makes us kind of relatable. And I hear that a lot from people who follow along with my blog and my social media, that they feel like I'm relatable because I do share things, not just the highs, but some of the lows and the ups and downs as well.
But I mean, you've really made it into a sort of a full-time job. Don't you ever feel, I can't be I don't really want to say anything, I don't want to take any pictures?
Yeah, and I think that's normal with anything. You kind of go through creative slumps, and you have to know when to take a break and step back for a little bit and kind of rejuvenate yourself. And we'll all go through slumps. I'm sure authors do, and journalists, everybody will go through creative slumps, and just have to step back and refresh somehow. So
You've got a lot of followers.
I'm growing.
How do you keep them engaged?
I think it's.
Do you think about that?
Yes, I do. And you know what? Instagram now has this awesome feature where you can do polls, and so I love creating polls in my stories and asking people what they want to see and what they enjoy the most, and that way I'm making sure I serve content that they want to see.
And they respond.
And they respond, and I love that. And that's kind of where I generate all of my ideas and my posts and everything from, is by knowing what they want to hear and see.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So talk me through a normal day from start to finish, a day in the life of Blakeley Vinicky.
Every day is different. So I have a full-time job as well.
Oh,
so I
my
do
goodness.
that, and then I blog, and I have my family and my daughter. So depends on the day. Every day is different. I wake up, never know what time with a 2.5-year-old. It could be 6 a.m. It could be 8:30 when she gets up. But we'll wake up, get her ready. Now she's very opinionated, so it takes a long time to get out the door with her in her outfit. I'll take her to school, and then I'll go to work if it's a weekday, and then afterward I'll pick her up, we'll do the family dinner and stuff, and then at night is when I'll spend 2 to 3 hours on my blog. So it is a full-time job in addition to a full-time job, and then weekends as well as creating content. And my sweet husband takes a lot of the pictures for me and goes all kind of places and lets me try all these new crazy things out just so I can share about them. So
you've got to be truly passionate to be able to go to work during the day, come home, have the family sorted, and then start your blog.
Yeah, it is a lot of work, and I would say it's a passion project for sure. So it's something I enjoy doing. It's why I keep doing it.
And what do you think, out of all of the posts that you've done, has been your most successful?
I think probably a post I did about lipstick 3 or 4 years ago.
Hence the one shade of lipstick
and it was
at a time.
12 shades of lipstick every girl should own.
There you go.
And I think that's the highest, most read posts and best feedback I've ever had, because people don't think they can wear lipstick. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
And you're doing it
And
particularly
I love
well.
to do it.
Well, I really appreciate you coming in. And if people want to find out more about Blakeley Vinicky and follow your blog, how do they do that?
My blog is called thisblondelife.com, and on Instagram I'm Blakeley's Blonde Life. So
Perfect.
I'd love to have you there.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
And so, there you go. Follow Blakeley on This Blonde Life. We'll be right back.